acknowledge the fact that it was an illegal alien in our country for the fifth time?
Hearing, so sorry.
Yeah, I got a hearing too, you know. I need to be heard. I deserve to be heard. You ignored me then, but you know what? You're never gonna forget Amy Cortland. It wasn't just a drunk driver, it was a damn illegal alien that you insist on letting them come into this country. Yeah, walk away. It's not gonna work. My voice is very silent. You will not silence my daughter. Her blood is on your hands. San Diego, California, your sanctuary city, did this to my family. I know you hear me.
Hello and welcome, fellow digital soldiers, to True Reporting. It is February 17th, and on today's podcast, we'll be covering the latest Q posts. Also, we will be going over an article about Jussie Smollett, I believe his name is pronounced, about faking a hate crime. Also, we have memes and a lot more, guys. I also wanted to put out there that the live stream call-in show will be tonight from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern. We are back up and running at full capacity, and we are ready to get the job done and get out good information. But before we get into any of that, would you please go ahead and click the bell to get notifications on my channel, so when I post, you will be the first to know. I have been shadow banned. I can't reiterate that enough. Also, follow me on Twitter at True Reporting, and don't forget to leave a like. The more likes that this video receives, the more times it is recommended to other viewers, thus more eyes on the truth. And with that being said, my friends, let's go ahead and hop into it. This is True Reporting. So, first things first, this stuck out to me. I just saw it. If you did not watch the video I put out earlier today around 1 o'clock, I was talking about Snowden. It was a 2013 article entitled, I believe, a secret Q group is after Edward Snowden. And it just so happens that 2.5 hours later at Snowden, what happens when Russia gives you up? Will the CIA protect you? Sleep is important. I find that to be, there are no coincidences, right? I find that to be crazy. I did pull that article off of 8chan late last night, and I wanted to share it with you. So that's post 2767 from about 4:30. So not even an hour ago, they posted that. Then we see Jussie right here with Michael Obama, Hussein, the rest of the brainwashed civilians out there, and it says Cory Booker withholding judgment on Smollett case after calling it attempted modern day lynching. And we all know that it's all fake. It was a fake hate crime, and I will get into that very soon. Harris and Booker applying political pressure referencing Chicago Police Department. Smollett false flag case? Absolutely. What bill did the Senate recently pass referencing lynching? Who were the authors of the bill? What false flag event took place just prior to the passing of the bill? Did the false flag event involve a noose? Whoa. Did the FF event sway senators in their decision to prevent fake news attacks? Smollett case? Did fake news contact many senators prior to vote seeking out pro-nay in attempt to coerce, using Smollett case as foundation for possible future smear? What is the mathematical probability of these two events occurring within the same period of time? What is the relationship of Smollett and Booker Harris? Will Rahm Emanuel get involved? Will the Chicago Police Department cave under pressure? These people are sick. Wake up, America. Basically, he's saying that, obviously, we already know this, that the news media and Democrats are one and the same, all CIA, in my opinion. And I'm guessing, what is the relationship of Smollett, Booker, and Harris? Maybe they're related in blood, you know? And Rahm Emanuel get involved. I'm guessing that will be a yes. So for another Q proof, I'd stay tuned for that if Rahm Emanuel gets involved. And in repliance to that, it says the 13th, the first 13th Amendment abolished slavery, 100% Republican support, 23 Democratic. The 14th Amendment gave citizenship to freed slave, 94% Republican support, 0% Democrat support. 15th Amendment, right to vote for all 100%, Republican support, 0% Democrat report. Irony, Q. And that's the power of the beast. So, This just dropped earlier today, about 12 hours ago. And it says, police sources, new evidence suggests, this is CNN now, this is the Mockingbird media, even says new evidence suggests Jussie Smollett orchestrated attack. Two law enforcement sources with knowledge of the investigation tell CNN that Chicago police believe actor Jussie Smollett paid two men to orchestrate an assault on him that he reported late last month. Smollett denies playing a role in his attack, according to a statement from his attorneys. The men, who are brothers, were arrested Wednesday but released without charges Friday after Chicago police cited the discovery of new evidence. The sources told CNN the two men are now cooperating fully with law enforcement. Smollett told authorities he was attacked early January 29th by two men who were yelling out racial and homophobic slurs. He said one attacker put a rope around his neck and poured an unknown chemical substance on him. All fake. All fake. Just keep that in mind. It's all fake. Even CNN is reporting it's all fake. So, let's go into some memes real quick. It says here, William Barr, the new Attorney General. I am so happy. Listen to these keywords. I am so happy to serve President Donald J. Trump as the new Attorney General. He can count on my full support. The Wrecking Ball, the Bash Brothers, I coined it, him and Whitaker. We will trust the plan to build a stronger justice system for a great awakening of truth to bring about a storm of change. We are united as one. We will serve all. It doesn't get better than that. Incarnated ET, I suggest following him on Twitter, says, think about how much worse it is going to become because we have still 40 to 50% of the population who, despite the horror show of the Democrat Party, are still on board with them because Trump is racist or Russia. Serious question. What will it take to wake them up? Arrests. The only thing I can think of is that this has to be a movie, he says. The sheer stupidity, anti-American, hypocritical actions of the Democrats are intentional to piss us all off enough to where we wake up and stay awake for decades to come. We are going to bury the Democrat Party 17 feet under. So he's suggesting that it's all an act and we're watching a movie. Could be, right? This is what stage 4 Trump derangement syndrome looks like. Look at that face. It looks like she's had multiple strokes. Ugh. This is kind of interesting. Google is currently censoring something in our solar system. We see Virgo right here, and then this whole block right here is erased. I found that to be kind of strange. I wanted to share it with you. If you find anything on this, let me know. I find that to be pretty intriguing. Okay, Kurt Schlichter says, Duke lacrosse, lie. UVA frat rape, University of Virginia, lie. Covington kids, lie. Kavanaugh, lie. Every Muslim chick howling that someone snagged her headscarf, lie. Every campus news, lie. Jussie Smollett, lie. Anyone sense a theme? This should be waking you up if you aren't already. I look forward to the wall, Donald Trump Jr. says. I look forward to the wall-to-wall coverage that we won't see now that it doesn't look bad for the MAGAsphere. Absolutely. And they say, CNN breaking news, Chicago police think Empire actor Jussie Smollett paid two men to orchestrate the assault on himself. Two police sources say CNN is reporting that. Right, so it's just going to disappear. John Cardillo, I spoke with the Chicago PD sources this AM. I told them that investigators pretty much know Jussie Smollett perpetrated a hoax. The interrogation of the Nigerian brothers confirmed as much. They're applying more pressure now in the hopes that Smollett comes clean and confesses. My word. And then in correlation to this, if you didn't know about this happening, isn't it that strange that extremely violent attacker of the media still had the tag on his new MAGA hat, wasn't arrested, and so far hasn't yet been identified by anyone in the media? Absolutely. So this gentleman put on a MAGA hat, I believe, right after the Beta O'Rourke rally was over. This was in El Paso. So this guy puts it, buys a hat with the tag still on it, runs in and attacks a cameraman from BBC. This is what they're doing. They're stooping to it, right? Angelino Ray Gomez says, as a gay Trump supporter, I get sick and tired of the media and liberal celebrities calling Trump supporters homophobic and racist. What Jussie Smollett did is sickening. We Trump supporters are so deplorable that they have to create hoaxes to call us racist and homophobic. LGBT for Trump. This is the same party, new hood. Absolutely. Absolutely. Then we see these pictures here. I actually found these earlier, and Q used the same one, so somebody is definitely talking to him. I will show you this because this is fairly interesting. I wanted to share you. Why are we here? What is organic here? Why are memes important? Why is symbolism important? Why is free will important? Hypothesis. The whole war we are in is over our freely willed consent to it. What is our enemy? What is an enemy? Not of flesh and blood. Why can't Q just tell us everything? Why must we uncover the truth organically? What would explain this? If the war is over our freely willed consent, then everything about Q's inability to spoon feed makes sense. This concept appears over and over in spiritual literature that purports to depict interactions with the divine. Spiritual choice must be made freely or has no meaning. This war is spiritual, not physical. We must choose through our free action. This Anon has gotten banned over and over and over for speaking about against the AI. One thing he has observed is this: the AI system does not want him to ban him. This is shown by the fact that he almost never has the ban carried out to the full term. The AI will ban you and unban you over and over and over, rather insanely. If an Anon were really a troll or whatever, bans would be enforced. As it is, every indication is that banning an Anon is a last resort, one which it reverses quite quickly every time. Why would this be? If we suppose that our freely willed consent is a key to this war, then it makes 100% sense. Forcibly suppression would violate our will and defeat the whole purpose. Why does the e-bot spam? Why do other bots try to sell us on e-bot? Haha, kek, another funny e-bot post. If we suppose that a fight for our freely willed acceptance is what the war is, it all makes perfect sense. Why is symbolism important? Why don't elites keep their creepy left-hand religious practices strictly secret, but rather on the contrary, seem to flaunt them at times? Imagery and symbolism in music? Why? When the people clap for the symbol of evil, when the kids dance and imitate symbols of evil, is it really too freely willed consent? If words have meaning in terms of will, then don't actions as well? If the whole game is to trick us into accepting the domination of something evil, then everything that's going on makes sense. They stand behind their symbolism. Through free will, they are not allowed to have complete control of us. They're putting their symbolism out, saying, we're giving them a fair shot, and they don't do it. We don't wake up. But I believe it is taking place now. Q can't force the truth on us, again, because of free will. By the same token, whatever evil we are fighting has gone to great lengths to get us to freely accept it. This is spiritual war. Memes. If words are an expression of will and actions are images as well, why are memes so powerful and feared? Convey information, sure, but is there more? Why does the AI push its shit memes so hard? What if this board is a battleground? Its will, as a collective expression of the people, symbolized in the words and images that are posted. Then we truly are fighting a meme war. And what gets posted is key. So if AI forces its subversive memes into dominance and passive humans don't counteract it, then we are losing the war? I believe so. Everything I've seen confirms this. So meme, speak up, fight. This is truly what the war is. The war is for our souls. This, it turns out, is really a thing, even though it is a cliche. We fight by exercising our will not to accept a system of lies and evil, which is represented here in many, many ways, as discussed. Our will to push our hard-won truth. Fight. Godspeed, God bless, and where we go one, we go all. I found that to be very, very cool, and I believe every bit of that. CNN, MSNBC, CBS, and NBC are holding up the Democrat Party barely. Barely. It's coming out. Nolte Networks refused to cover Senate's No Russia collusion report. Absolutely. We heard nothing about this. Doesn't this tell you that the media is compromised? That's all. It is so much proof. Show your normie friends. Why aren't they talking about no Russia collusion? Why? It's been proven, right? The same networks that spent 2,202 minutes of collective airtime to push the Russia collusion media hoax are refusing to cover the Senate Intelligence Committee bipartisan report, which found no collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia. This is from ABC News, guys. This is unbelievable. Neither CBS This Morning or NBC Today have been acknowledging this new information from the Senate investigators since the news broke on February 12th, 3 days ago. MRC reports ABC's Good Morning America briefly touched on it in a news briefing totaling less than 1 minute on February 13th. Absolutely compromised. Sickening. So they say here, for 2 years, the media have been covered a bill of goods and that have gone so far as to manufacture a mountain of fake news to keep these suckers on the hook. So no, they are not going to cover a bipartisan report that debunks their hoax, especially one as detailed as this one, that involves 2 years, 200 interviews, and a gazillion documents. The thinking goes, Mueller might still save us. What do you think about that? Pretty crazy. So, looking at this is from 2/16/19 yesterday. Q equals queen because Q plus equals king. And the chess king piece looks like the queen figure, only with a cross on top, Q plus. In addition, Q refers to the Q group in the NSA hunting down at Snowden, and the Q clearance referencing to the Uranium One fiasco. On a conceptual level, Q equals we the people. Absolutely. And then we can see here, this was brought up last night too. Very interesting. Apache, do you remember that from January 29th of last year? Apache Xerxes, a family of software packages for parsing and manipulating XML. We can see here Xerxes, the ability to use frequencies, incoming signal, modify code program over X period, designate mobile phone to control target subject. MK Ultra Mind Control, February 15th. Ability to use frequencies, incoming signal. Absolutely. Western monarchs in crisis. MK Ultra, Western monarchs in crisis. Xerxes Society. The Western monarch population is now 0.6 of what it was in the 1980s. We are fighting to save them. Join us in this crucial conservative effort. Very, very weird. The synchronicities are mind-blowing, guys. And check this out, too. This is so weird. Pollination bags. Pollination bags, sometimes called crossing bags, isolation bags, or exclusion bags, are containers made of various different materials for the purpose of controlling pollination for plants. Pollination to us is maybe the download of the MK Ultra, obviously coming from our signals of our phones, TVs, anything that has AI in it. And then we see these bags here, the pollination bags. Partnering to protect pollinators, TransCanada, Arkansas Monarch and Pollinator Conservative Plan. What does all this mean? I find it to be extremely strange. It just dates back to like ancient gods and everything. It's just really cool. Apache, Xerxes, Monarch, Pollinator Plant Seeds, MK Ultra, XML, real-time code manipulation. Holy smokes. And here we see the fake news. I need to go back to this for all of you. There's no such thing as racially charged. This is from Alexandria Cortez. This attack was not possibly homophobic. It was a racist and homophobic attack. Fake news. Chicago police think Empire actor Jussie Smollett paid 2 men to orchestrate the assault on himself. Nancy Pelosi. The racist, homophobic attack on Jussie Smollett is an affront to our humanity. Meet the 2 white men wearing MAGA hats that Smollett paid to stage the attack. Then we see them here, and it says, Jussie Smollett is one of the kindest, most gentle human beings I know. I'm praying for his quick recovery, Kamala Harris. Like you said, are they related? She says also, this is an attempt of modern day lynching. No one should have to fear for their life because of their sexuality or color of their skin. We must confront this hate. This is the enemy of the people. Absolutely. And again, TMZ, Jussie Smollett reportedly paid brothers to stage attack. TMZ is reporting on it. We don't say Trump derangement syndrome is a mental disorder for nothing. They spread lies, right? So, I wanted to show you this. Rebuttal to spoopy psychedelics, where I agree. At the core of the counterculture movement is weed and psychedelics. The counterculture movement itself is a part of the Tavistock mission to slow destroy us from within. The catch. How many people woke up because of a brave new world? Aldous Huxley was a critical piece of the Tavistock mission. He's discussed in the first ever research paper willing to mention adrenochrome by name, Hoffer 1954 to attached, which compares the psychomimetic properties of adrenochrome, I believe, to LSD. We can see here Leary and a couple of his buddies set out to ensure everyone in the world dropped LSD. Seems a number of our greatest contributors, at least the narrative, took their LSD, and for example, that led to the vision of the double helix. Microdosing mushrooms heals traumatic brain injury. Weed cures cancer and stops seizures when given to vaccinated injured children. MDMA is effective with couples therapy. It seems to be helping with PTSD. Generally speaking, the kind of people willing to try these alternative mind-expanding substances are going to or already have thrown their pharmaceuticals in the trash. I would think the therapists would have to rely heavily on the word of mouth, as this topic is destroyed by MSM, pharma, and mainstream science. Wife Anon has DID. SRA victims, satanic ritual abuse victims, have DID. I'm learning that PTSD victims who don't wind up with DID unless they also suffer from traumas early in childhood can also be targeted for MKUltra programming. But I'm sorry, I just don't think that the psychosocial circumstances of those in this environment match up. Q said the pharma was critical to their mission. She may have mentioned the 4-drug cocktail. Lynn mentioned the same cocktail in the Notebook. For the life of me, having attended 11 world-renowned festivals, I can't see the vibes aligning. Again, I recognize how this culture was devised to help take us down. I would just add so was Facebook, Twitter, Google, etc. Yet we found a way to make it ours and use it for ourselves. Hope this helps. Dirty Pictures full movies include discussions about therapy and psychedelics. Interesting piece from Shulgin's Girl from Confronting the Monster Within. Pretty crazy. My study attached showing psilocybin helps heal the brain. Unfortunately, if you think about it, adrenochrome production itself is an amazing piece of evidence supporting this. The body finds a way to heal the damage created from the trauma. Stress on the body has the same effect, whether it's physical, chemical, or emotional. Oxidation, inflammation with the abused, the adrenaline is oxidized into adrenochrome. Unbelievable. I mean, let's be honest. Why are they using adrenochrome? Has their adrenochrome supply been cut out? Is that why we may be seeing the demise, the dyingness of Bill and Hillary Clinton? Lou Dobbs broke the story finally today that the Mexican drug cartels are paying Pelosi and Schumer millions to keep the border open. Also, El Chapo paid Hillary $15 million for her 2016 campaign. Now we see exactly why these political terrorists won't build the wall. Where is the FBI SWAT teams? And with that being said, my friends, if you found this informative and you enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel. Also, follow me on Twitter at True Reporting. And don't forget to leave a like on this video. You can donate to this podcast by going to the PayPal or Patreon in the description box below. I would greatly appreciate it. It helps keep this channel alive. Also, please be kind and loving to one another and expect a live call-in show tonight, 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am looking forward to it. It's the first one we've done since I've been back almost 3 weeks ago. So everyone, I will talk to you very soon. I hope to see you tonight. God bless.